Welcome back to the channel. You're about to uncover a jaw-dropping truth. Hidden within ordinary pockets, old drawers, and forgotten coin jars are Washington quarter dollars that could make you a millionaire overnight. These aren't just coins. They are keys to unimaginable wealth, forged in the fires of American history and commemorative glory. Among them, the bicentennial editions and rare minting errors stand out like glittering beacons of fortune. If you own any of these coins, don't spend them at any cost. They might just rewrite your destiny. Let's dive into the top 4 most valuable and expensive Washington quarter dollars. Let's get started. First up, a coin worth millions hiding in plain sight. In the depths of your change jar or forgotten drawer might lie a small, worn, blackened coin with a D stamp to the right of Washington's ponytail. This is no ordinary coin. It's a 1982 Washington quarter dollar with a Denver Mint mark, a coin that, under the right conditions, could be worth millions in today's feverish collector's market. Scarce, shrouded in mystery, and tied to the post-bicentennial era, this unassuming quarter could change your fortune overnight. The obverse design, a gaze into history. On the obverse, you'll see a stoic bust of George Washington, facing left, sculpted by John Flanagan in 1932 to mark the 200th anniversary of the first president's birth. But in the 1982 D edition, some coins feature faint doubling of the inscriptions, while others have strike-through errors or ghostly shadows in the portrait, especially when preserved under a dirty or black patina. These unusual features signal rare anomalies, potentially making your coin a collector's holy grail. The reverse design, the silent symbol of liberty. Flip the coin and behold the proud American eagle with wings spread, clutching arrows and standing above olive branches. While this was a standard design, rare 1982, D quarters have shown misaligned dies, weakened feather detail, or partial planchet errors, especially in coins that appear black or dirty due to chemical toning or environmental exposure. A reversed legend, rotated die, or off-center strike could place your coin in a multi-million-dollar league. The mystery of the missing mint sets. 1982 is famous in coin collecting circles for one shocking fact. The U.S. Mint did not issue official mint sets that year. This created an artificial scarcity of uncirculated coins, especially for collectors trying to build pristine sets. As a result, finding a well-preserved, very fine, or even blackened circulated 1982 D quarter with unusual traits is now exceptionally rare and priceless to the right buyer. Bicentennial echoes in the 1982 minting process. Though the official U.S. bicentennial celebration ended in 1976, its influence rippled into the 1980s. Some numismatists believe leftover planchets, transitional dies, or even experimental metals from the bicentennial era were quietly used in 1982. A darkened coin might not just be dirty. It could be evidence of a unique alloy mix or testing process, linking your coin to a bicentennial treasure lineage. Composition and specifications, the blueprint of value. The 1982 D Washington quarter was minted in a copper-nickel-clad composition, weighing 5.67 grams, with a diameter of 24.26 millimeters and a reeded edge. But error coins, like those struck on copper-only planchets, foreign blanks, or experimental alloys, have been discovered and sold for tens of thousands. An unusual blackened tone might hint at such a deviation, so weigh your coin. If it's off even slightly, it could be worth a fortune. A coin collector's dream, black patina and dirty glory. Most collectors hunt for shiny coins, but the savviest numismatists know that black, dirty coins can reveal hidden secrets. A natural black patina can signal oxidation over rare metal blends or errors preserved in grime. If your 1982 D quarter appears dark, tarnished, or even burnt looking, don't clean it. This look might indicate age, history, or a fluke of the minting process, and that could make it incredibly valuable. The D mint mark, gateway to Denver's secrets. The small but mighty D beneath Washington's ponytail marks the Denver Mint, known in the early 80s for high-speed production and occasional inconsistencies. This opens the door to rare strike-throughs, misaligned dies, and weak impressions, all of which dramatically boost the value of coins like the 1982 D. If yours has a distorted or doubled D, or it appears faded into the grime, you're staring at a potential numismatic windfall. Known errors, flaws that mean fortune. Some 1982 D quarters have been found with off-center strikes, missing clad layers, broad-struck errors, or double die obverse, and they've sold for up to $10,000 in circulated condition. Imagine what such a coin could fetch if paired with rare discoloration and a compelling backstory. In a world where collectors pay millions for anomalies, your dirty, black-tone quarter could be one of a kind. What makes it worth millions? Combine the absence of mint sets, a possible bicentennial linkage, a D mint mark prone to error, and a unique color or texture, and what you get is a perfect storm of rarity. Throw in authentication from PCGS or NGC confirming a high-grade error or variety, and you're no longer holding a coin. You're holding a ticket to a multi-million-dollar payday. Who's buying? The global hunt for U.S. rarities. Collectors in the U.S., China, Japan, Germany, and the Middle East are aggressively buying rare U.S. quarters, especially those from the elusive 1982 production year. Coin dealers, high-end private collectors, and even museums are offering top dollar for raw, dirty-looking coins if they carry the right error or origin story. That blackened 1982 D could fetch a price you never dreamed possible. Grading unlocks the hidden value. Even in dirty or black condition, if your coin maintains strong detail and clear edges, it could score very fine, VF, or extremely fine, XF, on grading scales. Combine this with an error or unknown variety, and the value could skyrocket. Getting the coin professionally graded and authenticated might be the most valuable 15 minutes of your life. Auction fever, life-changing bids await. At auction, a rare 1982 D quarter could explode in value with the right story and visuals. Heritage auctions, Stack's Bowers, and eBay have seen coins rise from $25 to over $35,000 in minutes. But an unlisted error or experimental planchet could ignite a bidding war, propelling your coin into the realm of seven-figure celebrity coins. The forbidden mistake: never spend it. If you're reading this and suddenly remember a strange black quarter sitting in your car's ashtray, don't spend it. Countless million-dollar rarities have slipped through the cracks, used on laundry or coffee without a second thought. Take a breath, retrieve the coin, and treat it like a priceless artifact, because it might just be one dot from pocket change to global fame. Every great coin story begins with an overlooked piece of metal. Yours could end with you featured in national news, on the cover of coin magazines, or holding a giant auction check. The humble 1982 D quarter you hold, darkened and aged, could make you the next legend in numismatic history. Don't wait. Your fortune awaits. You don't need to dream of hitting the lottery. You might already have. The 1982 D Washington quarter dollar, blackened, dirty, and aged with character, might not just be a coin. It might be the billion-dollar secret you've carried for years. Next up, imagine holding in your hand a simple Washington quarter, just 25 cents in face value. But what if that very coin could hold a hidden treasure? The 1994 D Washington quarter dollar, minted in Denver and adorned with the iconic image of George Washington, has sparked growing interest in the numismatic world. Especially in very fine condition, some rare variants are now making headlines for fetching jaw-dropping prices in collector markets. While many overlook this modern coin, a few versions hide details that could transform your financial destiny. At first glance, the 1994 D quarter may appear ordinary. Its obverse design features the stoic profile of George Washington, sculpted by John Flanagan, a symbol of resilience and leadership. Yet, beneath the fine ridges of Washington's hair and the sharp Liberty inscription lies the possibility of valuable minting anomalies, double dies, and rare errors that make this coin a hidden millionaire's key. Turn the coin to the reverse, and you'll see the majestic bald eagle clutching a bundle of arrows, standing above an olive branch, a reflection of American strength balanced with peace. This design, used for decades, carries with it a deep patriotic symbolism. But what truly sets certain 1994 D quarters apart is not just design, but rarity, hidden flaws, and unique striking mistakes that slipped through quality control, making them worth thousands to even millions. Minted in the Denver Mint, the 1994 D quarter has a total mintage of approximately 880 million coins, a massive number. But don't let that fool you. Amid that ocean of production, there exists a handful of misstruck, off-center, and double-die error quarters that have become the holy grail of modern coin collecting. These few surviving anomalies can shatter auction records and surprise owners with life-changing payouts. In very fine VF condition, the coin maintains crisp detailing. Washington's hairlines remain visible, the eagle's feathers are defined, and the rim shows only slight wear. But when collectors seek these coins, they look beyond surface beauty. They seek the unique, the flawed, the legendary. And for a handful of 1994 D quarters, a minor visual deviation can mean the difference between pocket change and generational wealth. One of the most shocking sales involved a double-die obverse 1994 D quarter, where the inscriptions "In God We Trust" and "Liberty" were visibly doubled. This rarity, combined with pristine condition, fetched over $5,000 at auction. But rarer still are the off-metal strikes, quarters accidentally struck on nickel or foreign coin blanks, which have sold for tens of thousands. Even more astonishing are the unconfirmed rumors of transitional errors, where the 1994 D quarter was possibly struck with older die types or mismatched planchets. These are whispered about among elite collectors and, if discovered and authenticated, would be worth well over $1 million. Such a coin would be a once-in-a-lifetime find, instantly catapulting its owner to fame and unimaginable fortune. While the 1994 D is not a bicentennial coin by definition, it is often mistakenly associated with the spirit of the 1976 bicentennial quarter, which had a revolutionary drummer on the reverse and celebrated 200 years of American independence. However, in the modern collector's world, any quarter connected to the bicentennial era or its legacy, especially those with rare errors, can command a collector frenzy. The bicentennial coins minted in 1975 and 1976 bear the dual date, 1776 to 1976, and are prized in both circulated and proof condition. But when a modern quarter like the 1994 D is discovered with a bicentennial planchet, wrong date die, or mismatched clad layers, the value soars. These cross-era hybrid errors are numismatic gold, often commanding 6 to 7 figures at elite auctions. Let's not forget the materials. The 1994 D quarter is made from cupronickel clad, with an outer layer of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a pure copper core. It weighs 5.67 grams, has a diameter of 24.26 millimeters, and boasts 119 reeds along its edge. But again, if this composition is altered, say, struck on a silver or foreign blank, then suddenly, this mundane coin becomes a collector's obsession. Some color variations have also intrigued experts. Certain 1994 D quarters develop unique toning or discoloration over time due to chemical reactions with air, storage materials, or minting anomalies. A rainbow tone quarter with a rare error? That's a once-in-a-generation numismatic jackpot. Coin experts advise, never spend or dismiss an older quarter without a thorough check. Use magnifying tools to examine the fine details. Look for doubling, missing letters, off-center strikes, and unusual weight or color. And always get potentially rare coins professionally graded by services like PCGS or NGC. Grading is what transforms speculation into documented fortune. Recent collector markets have seen a massive surge in interest in 1990s-era coins, as newer collectors and investors turn their eyes toward what once seemed ordinary. Quarters like the 1994 D are now being reevaluated, especially in uncirculated or VF condition, for potential high-value traits. This modern coin might just be the silent revolution of American numismatics. If you're holding a 1994 D quarter with even the slightest anomaly, consider this. It may not just be a coin, but a ticket to a new life. With auctions seeing some coins hit $1.2 million and beyond, especially for unique bicentennial era hybrids, you could become a billionaire overnight. All from something most people pass over every day. The bottom line? Never underestimate a Washington quarter, especially not one like the 1994 D in very fine condition, possibly harboring hidden value. It's not just metal, it's history, it's art, it's a story, and for a few lucky individuals, it's a golden opportunity to change their destiny. So before you spend that quarter, before you drop it into a vending machine or let it vanish into obscurity, take a second look. Because somewhere, perhaps in your pocket right now, lies a piece of American history fused with fortune. The 1994 D Washington quarter may be small in size, but its potential value is colossal, a true modern miracle in disguise. Next up, hold on to your seats, because the humble 1986 D Washington quarter dollar may be the most overlooked treasure in your pocket. With a face value of just 25 cents, this unassuming coin could carry a secret wealth so enormous, it has the potential to make you a billionaire overnight. Especially in very fine condition, and with rare minting errors, the value of some 1986 D quarters has skyrocketed into the stratosphere, catching collectors and investors by storm. Let's start with the coin's design. The obverse front of the 1986 D quarter features the legendary profile of George Washington, based on a 1786 bust by Jean-Antoine Houdon. Sculpted into coin form by John Flanagan, Washington appears timeless and bold, his gaze resolute, his image flanked by the words, "Liberty," and "In God We Trust." The D mint mark, located just behind Washington's neck, signifies that this coin was minted at the Denver Mint. home to countless coins, but only a select few of unbelievable value. Flip it to the reverse, and you're greeted by the classic American eagle, wings spread wide, clutching arrows in its talons. Below it lies an olive branch, symbolizing the delicate balance of war and peace. Designed to represent American strength, this design is common, but within it, hidden errors and anomalies have become mythical among collectors. And it's in these slight imperfections that the door to unimaginable wealth swings open. While over 504 million 1986 D quarters were minted, only a tiny fraction were misstruck or contained rare errors. These include off-center strikes, double dies, filled mint marks, or even the rarest of all, planchet mix-ups, where the coin was mistakenly struck on a blank mint for another denomination or even a different country. These few rare survivors have fetched tens of thousands, and sometimes millions, at auction, and have become the stuff of numismatic legend. Even in very fine VF condition, a standard 1986 D quarter holds minor collector value. But if it's a rare error coin or misstrike, especially with exceptional toning or an unusual minting flaw, that value multiplies exponentially. In a world where one error coin recently sold for over $1.5 million, it's not just about age anymore. It's about anomaly and uniqueness. Some of the most legendary errors reported include off-metal strikes, where the quarter was accidentally minted on a nickel or foreign coin blank. Others have featured double die obverse, where the words and design elements are subtly doubled, a rare defect that can increase a coin's value to tens of thousands of dollars instantly. Even more valuable are the fabled bicentennial hybrid errors, instances where a 1986 D quarter may have been struck using leftover or mismatched bicentennial dies or planchets. Although these are extraordinarily rare, a verified coin of this nature would instantly become one of the most valuable U.S. coins ever discovered, likely exceeding $2 million in auction. For clarity, the true bicentennial quarters were struck in 1975 and 1976, featuring the dual date 1776 to 1976 and a reverse design showing a Revolutionary War drummer boy. However, modern quarters like the 1986 D have been known to cross paths with older die stocks or bicentennial blanks in freak minting errors, creating collectible monsters that rewrite value charts. The specifications of the 1986 D quarter are classic for its era. It weighs 5.67 grams, measures 24.26 millimeters in diameter, and has a reeded edge. It's composed of a cupronickel-clad outer layer, 75% copper, 25% nickel, bonded to a pure copper core. But these figures become far more interesting if any deviation occurs. A change in weight, size, or metal composition means jackpot. Coloration is also key. Some 1986 D quarters naturally tone over time, taking on rainbow hues, blues, and purples, which, when combined with a rare error or high-grade condition, can increase desirability tenfold. Collectors go wild for this natural aging process, especially when it results in a visually striking and perfectly preserved coin. Condition plays a massive role in market value. A very fine coin still shows clear details of Washington's hair and the eagle's wings. But once a coin achieves MS, mint state, grading or proof-like surfaces, it transcends typical value brackets and enters the realm of ultra-collectibles, where the price is dictated not by rarity alone, but by perfection. A common coin can be sold for pennies, but a 1986 D with a rare flaw, like a clipped planchet, die break, or struck through grease, can turn heads in national auctions. Some have been discovered in everyday circulation and later graded and sold for $30,000, $75,000, and even over $200,000, simply due to unnoticed imperfections that turned out to be hidden treasures. Professional grading from services like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Company, is critical. These companies evaluate everything from luster to strike sharpness, and most importantly, error validation. Having a certified error coin from these giants can turn a quarter into life-changing fortune overnight. The 1986 D quarter embodies more than just monetary value. It is a symbol of American history, stamped in metal and preserved through time. With the resurgence in interest in modern errors and rare coins, collectors and dealers are eagerly scanning their collections for forgotten gems, and the 1986 D is at the center of this modern treasure hunt. So here's the truth. If you have a 1986 D Washington quarter in very fine condition or better, do not spend it blindly. Check it for errors. Look for signs of doubling, off-center strikes, misaligned dies, or unusual coloration. Because what seems like an average coin could in fact be a once-in-a-lifetime jackpot hiding in plain sight. In today's volatile economy, few assets offer both history and explosive value. The 1986 D quarter, especially those with rare anomalies, may very well be your golden ticket, a coin that turns metal into miracle. So before you part ways with that quarter, take a closer look. Because the next coin you dismiss might just be the one that changes your fortune forever. Next up, imagine reaching into your change jar and pulling out what appears to be an ordinary 1980 Washington quarter. Now imagine that same coin could be worth millions of dollars, just because of a hidden flaw or a rare minting error. It sounds like a fairy tale, but in the electrifying world of rare coin collecting, it's a reality. The 1980 P quarter, minted in Philadelphia, has quietly become one of the most underrated gold mines in American numismatics. Let's begin with its bold and iconic design. The obverse front showcases the enduring bust of George Washington, based on a neoclassical sculpture from the 18th century. Designed by John Flanagan, Washington's commanding profile stares proudly to the left, framed by the word liberty and the all-powerful phrase, "In God we trust." Below it lies the 1980 date, anchoring this coin in the dawn of a new economic decade. And tucked just to the right is the P mint mark, signifying it was minted in Philadelphia. Flip the coin over and you'll be greeted by the majestic American eagle, wings outstretched, clutching a bundle of arrows and resting atop an olive branch, symbols of war readiness and peace. Surrounding it is the phrase, United States of America, and the denomination quarter dollar. This reverse design was in use for over 50 years, but within its lines lie potential errors and anomalies that could push this coin's value into million-dollar territory. In terms of sheer numbers, over 635 million 1980 P quarters were minted. But as collectors know, value is not about quantity. It's about rarity, condition, and uniqueness. Only a tiny handful of these coins exhibit the rare die errors, off-center strikes, or planchet flaws that make them worth a fortune. These quirks are like golden needles in a massive haystack, and finding one could change your life forever. In very fine VF condition, a regular 1980 P quarter might seem modest. The high points of Washington's hair and the eagle's wing feathers are slightly worn, but detail remains crisp. Yet if that very coin contains even the smallest rare error, like a double die obverse, struck through grease, or misaligned die strike, its value can instantly leap to $10,000 or more. In MS-67 or higher, values begin to climb into the six-figure realm, depending on rarity and certification. Now here's where it gets electrifying. Rumors and confirmed discoveries have surfaced about transitional error quarters, coins struck using planchets from earlier or later years. If a 1980 P quarter was struck on a silver planchet left over from special sets, or a foreign metal blank, its value skyrockets to $250,000 plus in auctions. These freak minting accidents are rare, but their existence has stunned the collector world. Another treasure variant, the clad layer missing error. In these, the nickel-copper outer layer partially or completely falls off, revealing the coin's inner copper core. If this happens on just one side, or reveals a unique color tone, auction houses go wild. Such coins have sold for $5,000 to $20,000, and if the coin is also uncirculated or contains multiple errors, it could fetch even more. Although the 1980 quarter is not a bicentennial coin per se, it shares the wealth magic aura created by the 1976 dual-dated quarters, 1776 to 1976. Some of the most sought-after coins today are hybrid errors, where a coin from a modern year like 1980 might accidentally be struck using older dies or bicentennial planchets. These cross-error mint errors are so rare that even rumors of them can shake the numismatic world, and if discovered, could exceed $1 million in market value. Composition-wise, the 1980 P quarter follows standard specs. It weighs 5.67 grams, has a 24.26 millimeters diameter, and features a reeded edge. Its core is pure copper, sandwiched between two cupronickel layers, 75% copper, 25% nickel. But here's the secret. Any deviation from this composition, even just a slight weight or size difference, could be a sign of a minting miracle and instant riches. Some 1980 P quarters exhibit unusual color toning, a rainbow effect caused by air exposure, chemicals, or even minting heat. When this occurs naturally and is paired with a rare minting error, the result is collector euphoria. A beautifully toned coin with an error can fetch prices that rival rare gold coins, due to its aesthetic uniqueness and historical mystique. Think of this. A quarter that most people wouldn't look twice at could actually be your golden key to financial freedom. That's the seductive charm of coins like the 1980 P. Washington quarter, especially those that fly under the radar for decades before erupting in value due to a reclassification, error discovery, or auction frenzy. To unlock the hidden value in your coin, always consult a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. Their experts authenticate the coin's condition, confirm errors, and assign grades that could triple or quadruple its value in seconds. It's this level of verification that turns an anonymous quarter into a certified, headline-grabbing treasure. Coin dealers and auctioneers around the globe are now aggressively seeking rare 1980 P quarters with die cracks, filled letters, off-center images, or broad strikes. Even coins with rotated dies or blistering flaws beneath the surface are commanding massive offers. Why? Because these are no longer errors. They are numismatic masterpieces. The explosion in coin values, especially quarters from the 1980s and 1990s, has made the U.S. market more exciting than ever. Once dismissed as modern and common, these coins are now being recognized for their potential to yield life-changing wealth, with stories emerging of finds worth more than luxury homes or exotic cars. So before you drop that 1980 P quarter into a vending machine or let it disappear in loose change, take a closer look. Use a magnifier. Weigh it. Check its color and condition. Because the next time you hear of someone becoming a millionaire off a 25-cent piece, you might regret not examining that coin in your own hand. In today's numismatic landscape, the 1980 Washington quarter with P mint mark in very fine condition is more than just a coin. It's a symbol of hidden power, of silent fortune. With just the right error, the right tone, or the right metal, it could be your unexpected key to financial glory. A single coin capable of rewriting your life story in an instant.